Hi there, Mind Valley fans, and welcome to this month's Masterclass on the Mind Valley Academy. As you know, I'm Vishen Lakiani, and I have got you another incredible guest this month. This guy is truly one of the most inspirational people I met. Like many of you, I probably first heard of him from that hit DVD movie, The Secret. Since then, I've gotten to know him, visit him in his incredible home, meet his wife, his family, and really get an idea of the soul of this man. What I love so much about John Assaraf is how far he's come since his humble beginnings. John is the son of a taxi driver. His father was a taxi driver. His mom worked in a department store. They lived in this tiny little $20,000 home. And John grew up wanting to figure out, how do I escape this class of being, lower middle class? How do I be one of those people that we call wealthy? Well, most people would have found those things ahead of them, the obstacles, too insurmountable. Not John. And over the course of around 3 decades, he just built his way up to incredible levels. John is the founder of 5 different companies. 4 of them are multi-million-dollar companies. The 5th one hit sales of over $4 billion in revenue. That is incredible. And if you remember John from The Secret, you would have heard that incredible story about his house and how he manifested this incredible dream home just outside San Diego. If you signed up for this webinar, I would have already sent you a beautiful, stunning video of the story of that home, how John manifested. Hopefully you got a lot out of that video too. So let me tell you why I'm so excited about having John as our guest. John is the creator of an incredible new format for personal growth. Maybe you've seen the movie The Matrix. If you have, I'm a big Matrix fan, right? And there's this scene from The Matrix that I remember that has been locked in my head for years since I first saw the movie. It's the scene when Neo, the main character, plugs into his head this device that downloads all the knowledge he needs to complete his mission in the world. So he could download martial arts skills or confidence or leadership skills. Now, for the last decade or so, I've always been searching for personal growth ideas that could be as close as possible to the Matrix, to that thing you could plug into your head and just download skills. And the closest person I've come to discovering this is John Assaraf. What John built is something that it bombards your subconscious mind. And remember, your subconscious mind is processing some 400 billion bits of information every second. John's tool bombards your subconscious mind with a variety of messages, visions, different bits of knowledge and skills, confidence, certainty, and beliefs and habits. Also, you imprint things faster. You learn things faster. So, okay, let's say you want to get abundance. You want to get wealthy. You could sit around and visualize and meditate, and all of that helps, yes. But what if you could plug in and imprint on your brain the powerful ideas, beliefs, practices of the world's most successful people? How would that stir you? How would that wake you up? John's tool, John's methods do this, and you're going to experience that firsthand on this call. For the last 30 minutes of this call, we're actually going to let you experience level 1 of John's new 9-level tool. And it's going to be amazing, so stay all the way to the end. So without further ado, let's welcome John Assaraf.
Hey Vishen, it's great to see you, and it's great to be with everybody that's watching us today, and hopefully in the future as well.
John, thank you so much. And you know what? I really appreciate the fact that everything you're teaching, you've bothered to actually get it thoroughly validated by science. I know some of the researchers from Harvard and Mark Walham, the world-famous author of the book God in Your Brain, all of them are involved in this project of yours. Tell us a little bit about this project.
Well, what I decided to do many years ago when I started to achieve some success, the thing that I wanted to do is shout it from the rooftops on how I did it. And even though The Secret was a wonderful, smashing success in a movie, there's a lot of people who said, all they had to do was think, believe, and they'll achieve. And there was a missing piece to the movie The Secret, and that was the piece of taking action and the right types of action every day and what was preventing people from actually doing what they should be doing to line up with the goals and dreams that they want to achieve. So I started to do a lot of research with some of the top neuroscientists in the world, whether it's Srinivasan Pillai from Harvard, or Joan Rosenberg from Pepperdine, or Bill Seidman from Stanford, or George Pratt from the Scripps Institute here in San Diego. And I started to really look underneath the hood of the beliefs and the habits and the behaviors of the most successful people in the world. And what I discovered in the neuroscience and in the neuropsychology fields was that there were new ways, new discoveries to basically reshape and re-script somebody's internal mental patterns around what they believed. There was a way to utilize technology to optimize somebody's brain performance through some brain stimulation methodologies. And when I put all that together, I said, well, what if we could show the world a way to let go of their own self-doubts, their own fears, their lack of confidence, their lack of certainty, which from a neuroscience perspective, a brain science perspective, is nothing more than a pattern that's being reinforced in the brain as a result of our childhood experiences, our parents, our teachers, what we've read, what we've seen on TV, etc. And that has really been I guess the pinnacle of my life's work, is to get the best research in the world and put the best technology, which I'm not really well versed in, but put the best methodologies together so that we can easily and basically effortlessly rescript and reshape our own mental image around our beliefs and around our abilities to achieve more success in our lives. And that's really been just an enormous amount of fun. And right now we have about 70,000 individuals and companies who use our brain retraining program to help them do that.
John, that's incredible. Now, what I really like about this, and for all of you listening, right? On Mind Valley Academy, if you're familiar with my work, what I teach is that everything about an individual human is based on beliefs and habits. I use a different terminology. I call beliefs models of reality, and I call habits systems for living. So I have a book coming out in May next year called Consciousness Engineering. And like you, John, I'm a former, I'm an engineer, so I really appreciate science. And I love when science and spirituality can meld together. So I teach that everything about you is based on your beliefs, which you take on before the age of 9, and your habits, which are the systems that you put in place to be more operational. Now, while I've seen a lot of people teach individual systems and help people create better beliefs, I've never come across a tool that actually works to imprint these on the brain so effectively. So what you've invented works really well with my philosophy, and I just want you to know I'm going to be recommending it in my book to people I meet, because I've seen the impact of this. So my business partner is Carl Harvey. Many of you guys have seen Carl. He runs The Big Life, which is another program by Mind Valley. So Carl purchased John's product several years ago and has it on his iPhone. And then he lost the original files. And Carl loves it so much that he's now upgraded his iPhone multiple times, but he still keeps that old iPhone. He refuses to sell it, even though he's been offered like $600 for it, just for those audio files which are on it, because Carl said that program helped him break free from a dead-end job in Australia and become the entrepreneur he is today. So this stuff really works. Now, John, why don't you give us an idea of what we're going to be covering and what you're going to be teaching in this call?
Absolutely. The one thing I would love to add to your model around beliefs and habits is there's also another very, very critical component that we're now learning regulates what we do or don't do and what we move towards or move away from. And that is the emotions that we have. And when we have, for example, a goal or a vision for getting out of living from paycheck to paycheck and not having enough money to really have the freedom that we want to do the things that we want to do, whether it's give more money to charity, give more of our time to charity, travel a little bit, buy a nicer car if that's what you want, or even save some for your retirement if you want to save for a rainy day. The idea of doing that excites people, and it gives them what we call as a dopamine rush, which just means it's a feel-good moment that they have when they set the goal. But what happens is as soon as we set a goal that is outside of our current comfort zone, what happens in the brain, which we really didn't know occurred until several years ago, when we could see fear circuits lighting up and shutting down the motivational circuits of the brain. And what happens is if you don't change your ability to modulate or regulate your emotional response to a bigger goal that you have, then what happens is you have this goal, but your fear of either failing, your fear of disappointing yourself again, or even your fear of succeeding activates that fear circuit in the brain, and it goes into the memory banks of your brain. And it says, hey, every time you've tried this before, you've either failed or you've fallen flat on your face and you've created some embarrassment or shame, and now you feel guilty about that. So instead of really going after that goal, why don't you just stay in your comfort zone and procrastinate and don't really go after that bigger goal that you have, even though that's really what you want? So one of the things that's critical to help people understand is, yes, it's wonderful to want a better life. Yes, it's great to have an idea of sharing more of your gifts with the world, whether it's money or time. However, if you don't instantly take that image and create the beliefs that you need to have about the possibility of that being your reality, and have the implicit belief that you can do it while you regulate the emotional response that'll be automatic in your brain, then what you're going to do is have what I call is yo-yo success. And what yo-yo success is you're going to take 2 or 3 steps forward, and then you're going to yo-yo back and sabotage your success the next 2 or 3 days or 2 or 3 weeks. And most people do this over and over and over again. And so they yo-yo a little bit more, towards their goals, and then they retreat. And if you think about what happens to most people who win the lottery, well, 86 to 90% of people who win the lottery lose all the money within 3 years. And the research in the United States is that 90% of those people say it's the worst experience that they ever had in their life. So here they are, people who want to have more financial wealth and freedom, win the lottery, lose it, and say that it was the worst experience of their life. The reason for that is because more money will never, ever, ever solve your money problems. And let me explain that. If you give somebody more money who feels like she or he doesn't deserve it, doesn't feel they're worthy of it, doesn't feel that they've earned it and worked for it, they will get rid of it as fast as you'd want to get fleas off of your body, because it's not in resonance with your internal map of your own reality. And so you will yo-yo back and forth between making more, getting back into your comfort zone, making more, getting back in your comfort zone. And so the whole idea of rescripting and reshaping your internal self-image and belief system around money and the associations you have with money is the first part that you must get in alignment with the goals and dreams that you have. The second part is really all about recognizing which of your beliefs are limiting you, recognizing which of your habits are keeping you stuck, and then learning how to release those beliefs so they don't have the emotional and behavioral stronghold on you. And I'll share with you why this is so important. All of the latest brain research is now showing unequivocally that your daily thought patterns, your daily behavioral patterns are running on autopilot 96 to 98% of the time. So even when you consciously choose to make a change today, to promise to yourself, to swear that this will be different, there's an internal part of you that is millions of times more powerful than your conscious effort and your willpower and your persistence muscle. And what I love to show people is how to retrain their brain to align what I call is SEMP, S-E-M-P. And what is SEMP? Number one is I personally believe that within every human being, there's a spiritual side to us. So that which created us and everything else is what's within us that is looking to express itself more fully, more completely, with more love, more giving, more kindness all the time. But the other part of us called the emotions, which is the E part of SEMP, your emotions are looking to actually keep you safe and in your comfort zone. And what we can see in all the brain research is as soon as somebody, even for a fraction of a second under an fMRI brain scan, which is a functional magnetic resonance imaging machine, even if you show somebody a fearful object, okay, even if they are cortically blind, they can't even see it, the amygdala part of the brain actually fires off a fear signal and activates the right prefrontal cortex that causes you to stop dead in your tracks, and the fear signal shuts off all of the motivation. So when you have this spirit that wants to express itself, that wants to have more and be more and give more, but you have an emotional regulator on you that's saying, hey, I've got to watch out for your life, any life-threatening situations. I've got to watch out for anything that might cause you embarrassment or shame or cause you to fail and hurt yourself emotionally, spiritually, financially, or physically. That is like having one foot on the gas, wanting to go at full speed, while the emotional side of your brain has got its foot on the brake trying to protect you. So that's the second part of SEMP. The third part of SEMP is the mental ability to feel the emotion and use your deductive reasoning to understand what is happening and to override the emotional regulator and have you stay clear and focused in taking action towards your goal. And when you get the spiritual, emotional, and mental faculties of your mind in alignment, you have what we call is coherence, a coherent brain. And that is what causes this thing that we call our body to move into action towards the goals and the dreams that we have every single day. What most people are unfortunately doing is they're just trying to get their physical body to work, and they're causing so much stress on their physical bodies and the neurological stress on their brains. They're using all of the attention units, which are limited every day, on fighting the systems within them instead of getting in harmony and alignment with how the universe works, how your brains work, how your emotions work, so that your body moves into action effortlessly, easily, towards your goals and dreams every single day. And that is what is, for me, the most exciting and fun part, is to show people how to do that so that the success they achieve becomes so much less work and so much easier for them instead of trying so hard.
So this is literally it's about imprinting these things on your brain. It's actually about going directly in and imprinting on these beliefs, these habits directly on your brain. What is the word you used? Was it neural imprinting?
Neural imprinting, absolutely. So if you think about, how does your brain work? In the last, 10 years, we've discovered something called neuroplasticity. And all neuroplasticity means is our brain has the ability to create new neural connections. So if you were to look at what's happening in people's brains right now, as they're listening to me, they're actually formulating new neural connections. And that would be the equivalent if you looked at a seed growing a root system underneath the soil. That's what's happening in people's brains. But when you listen to something one time, your brain has a slight recollection of it, but because it's used in short-term memory storage only, it never makes its way into the implicit root system that governs thoughts and emotions and behaviors. So the idea of imprinting is the exact same thing that happens when, you're a baby. Your parent doesn't say to you, okay, you're 2 months old now, start to eat. Your parent will have, food for you. They will show you how to do it. They will do it over and over and over again. And through repetition, when you're a child, it goes right past any of your deductive or thinking abilities, because at that age, you're actually not thinking. You're imprinting information, whether it's auditory information, visual information, kinesthetic information, olfactory or sense information through your nose. And all of that is happening at the same time at blistering speeds, because your brain is making these new neural connections and growing at the same time. That's why babies sleep most of the day. Well, when we are adults, we actually have to, on our own, choose to repattern our own brain. And to create new neural patterns, we can do a couple of things. Number one is there is technology that's now available that allows us to move into different brainwave patterns on demand. And so why would you want to do that? Well, think about this for just a moment, everybody. If you're driving your car, and let's say you happen to drive a stick shift car or even an automatic car, how does the car really operate? Well, you put it into drive, or you put it into first gear, and you put your foot on the gas, and the car moves as fast as it can and picks up speed. But then either automatically or because you've shifted the gears, your car starts to go faster. But if you knew anything about the mechanics of that, which I just learned when I started studying this, is that the engine actually works less while the tires pick up speed and go faster. And so we go from gear 1 to gear 2 to gear 3 to gear 4 to gear 5 no differently in a car than our brain does. And what we've discovered in the last several years, Richie Davidson from the University of Madison at Wisconsin actually brought over from Dharamsala some of the Dalai Lama's top monks who had been meditating for an average of 50,000 years. And what they discovered in one specific monk is that he was able to activate a gamma brainwave frequency in his brain, which up until then had never, ever been registered in a human brain. And what the scientists discovered was that our brain fluctuates at different times of the day in these different brainwave frequencies. And each one of these frequencies allows you to either accelerate your learning, accelerate your focus, accelerate the rate at which you're able to absorb information. So when I discovered that, I asked myself a question.
John, wait, sorry. You said they'd been meditating an average for 50,000 years.
50,000 hours, excuse me.
50,000 hours, okay. 50, just wanted to make sure. Got it.
Yeah, 50,000. These were the Olympic medalists of meditation. And so when I discovered that obviously we have different brain waves in our brain, I asked myself a question. Is it possible to take a belief and insert it into your brain? Is it possible to deactivate destructive habit patterns that aren't serving you except achieving the goals you're already achieving and developing new habit patterns? Is it possible to learn quickly how to regulate your emotions? And the answer is yes on all fronts. And that's where I got the idea of finding out what are the best brain stimulation or mind activation technologies that will allow us to access different levels of consciousness on demand while somebody is awake.
So I want to ask you to explain those technologies in a moment. I just want to, because there's so much data and facts coming into the audience, I just want to make sure that everyone is at the same level and everyone understands where we're going, right? So the first thing to remember is this. I know you remember this. I know you've read this book. A lot of us have read this book, Psycho-Cybernetics. John actually believes that most of the information in this book is now obsolete. But there's this one line, John, that I think you'll agree with. And the line is, it is no exaggeration to say that every human being is hypnotized to some extent, either by ideas he has uncritically accepted from others or ideas he has repeated to himself or convinced himself to be true. These negative ideas have exactly the same effect upon our behavior as the negative ideas implanted into the mind of a hypnotized subject. So, we know we are all hypnotized, right? And and there's something else which is really interesting. There's a book right now out on the bestsellers list. It's called Sapiens, and it's by a guy called Yuval Harari. And Yuval has a very interesting theory. He's an evolutionary biologist, and he says that as humans evolved, our brains got bigger, so our heads got bigger. So it became harder and harder and harder for early humans to deliver babies. So what happened is evolution resulted in almost all human babies being delivered prematurely, because otherwise the heads would be too big to fit out of an opening. Now what happened is, if you look at most animals, according to Yuval, most animals, he say, are delivered like fully formed glass. A gazelle can stand up and run. A baby horse, a colt, can already stand on its own, walk around, nibble some grass. But a human baby comes out, according to Yuval, like malleable glass. His mind, his beliefs are all ready to be molded. This, according to Yuval Harari, is why, in his words, we can train a child to be Christian or Buddhist or Hindu, socialist or capitalist, warmonger or peace lover. It's because human beings are highly malleable. And this malleability continues all the way until we are 7 to 9 years old, depending on what researcher you talk to. Now, what you're saying is that you have discovered a way to go into the adult brain using your technologies and unhypnotize people from all those beliefs, all those craps, all those unconscious critical ideas they've taken on about the world and themselves. And you found the most efficient way to do it.
Absolutely. The concepts around malleability and being able to shift your thoughts and ideas. A baby, when it's born, doesn't even see. So a baby is born blind and learns how to see. We learn what to believe. We learn all of the self-concepts from our environment, our parents, our teachers. And what we now have discovered is that because of neuroplasticity and even neurogenesis, your brain's ability to grow new brain cells, we now know that we can actually take control of our own brains. And instead of being in this hypnotic state that is basically brought onto us by society and our environment that we've become conditioned to live in, we can take control of what we feed our brain. And when we set aside the critical thinker part of our brain on our own, we can access what's called the implicit memory system, where your beliefs and habits and concepts and paradigms reside. And when you do that, you are now taking control. Deliberate conscious evolution is what I call it. Deliberate conscious evolution of yourself. So instead of waiting for us to evolve as a species, what's happening right now faster than ever before is we're learning the techniques, the technologies, and the methodologies to be able to deliberately and consciously let go of the ideas, the self-concepts that cause us to be embarrassed or ashamed or afraid or fearful, and it allows us to gain more confidence, more certainty, and more personal power by choosing to be more confident, more certain, and have more personal power. So in the past, it was a matter of, go out there into the world and build your confidence and certainty muscles. And I agree you should still do that. But why not instill a confidence and certainty muscle into yourself, like your parents instilled whatever they wanted you to believe, or your teachers instilled whatever they wanted you to believe when you were a child? And that is really the fun part of what we do.
And I love it. I love it. So this is where we're actually talking about the kind of, and I know it's not quite exactly like the Matrix, but we are talking about that thing where you can just download these new beliefs and ideas into your head. It's like plugging in and changing the way your brain works.
Yeah, and we've made it a lot easier than having to have something connected to your head. What we discovered is that using some, auditory brain waves and brain stimulation technology and 3D technology to get your brain to stop being in a state of your own hypnosis and really being in a state of conscious awareness and acceptance, we have discovered that we can take the beliefs of somebody who is wealthy. We could take the confidence of somebody who is wealthy, both, and I'm not just talking about financial wealth, but financial wealth buys you time, and that's why I love that. But you can actually take those beliefs and instill it in somebody's brain. And I'll share something with you that I haven't shared with too many people because it was just released about 2 or 3 weeks ago. But they had trained this laboratory rat to perform a behavior over and over and over again that was pretty complex. And it took them, I think, about 2 or 3 weeks to train this rat to do this. And they then took a wire from this one rat that is not pretty and connected into the brain of another rat and transferred that ability to perform that behavior to this other rat. And this other rat was able to perform that activity in seconds after it was transferred. And so we're entering an era right now where if you're watching and you feel like, there's more to your life that you believe you can have, if there's more to your life that you want to experience, so it's more purposeful, more meaningful, more giving, more loving, then I strongly urge you to really take a look at the technology that we have, but also the methodologies that we use. Makes it really, really easy and effortless for somebody to sit, close their eyes, and allow the technology to do the work as they listen to my voice, really help them retrain and rescript and reshape their own concept of who they are and what's possible, while we help you instill the programming, the software, just like you upgrade the software on your computer or your cell phones. Well, why not upgrade the software of your own brain? And your software is what? Your beliefs, your habits, your values, and the emotional structures and associations that they all come with.
Beautiful. So let's recap for the audience. So what we've discussed right now is that you can have strive and push-based personal growth. And there are many great books out there, and I know you respect these books, but you feel that some of the methods that they teach are kind of obsolete. And then you spoke about how the brain is something that we can still mold into adulthood. Most people say it's kind of locked in after you extend beyond the age of 9. You shared with us your SEMP methodology of understanding how the brain works. And now what we're about to go into is that particular level 1 exercise that you're going to so graciously share with us. So in a moment, we're going to ask you to sit back, relax, find a comfortable position, and we're going to let you experience level 1 of John's training, or at least part of level 1. But before we do that, I want to share with you some of the remarkable results that people have gotten from this, so you know that this isn't just talk. And I know John brings in a bunch of scientific validation into this. I know you're working with Srinath Pillai from Harvard, who's an amazing man. I know you're working with Mark Waldham, who's incredible in terms of his knowledge of the brain. So really proud that you're bringing in research and great minds from universities all around the world. But let's talk about some of the people who have experienced this. So if you're listening, this is what you're about to experience right now. This is what some people have experienced when they went through the entire program. So Scott Morris said that after applying these principles, his company went from near broke to flourishing. He's well on his way to earning his first $1 million from this. This one was kind of interesting. After learning techniques that John was teaching, I was able to gain a 40% income increase. I got remarried after being widowed for 13 years, and I've mended broken relationships with people in my life. That was a woman called Dawn Marie. This student of yours, John Michelle M., said, within the first month, my income increased 10%. Traditionally, the months of November and December are slow for me, but my income actually went up last year. This person, his name is Guido. Guido said, I proceeded to delete all the unwanted programs one by one for the first 2 days. I was then instructed to delete all unwanted programs. I felt like my head was about to cave in. All beliefs of financial hardships. Growing up, there was all the love and creativity, but it was struggle financially for my parents. All beliefs of guilt, all were removed from my head. And finally, this story really touched me. So, John, my team went and spoke to some of your ex-students, did all the research we could, because we wanted to make sure this is real, right? This one was cool. So this guy is already insanely successful. He said, for the last 13 years, I've owned and operated 144 Music and Arts, an outsourced arts education company, been earning 7 figures for most of those years. He lives this incredible life. He said, before going through this program, the figure in his head for wealth, success, for what he wanted to retire on was 40 million. Within 20 days, it went up to 100 million, and he genuinely believed that. Now he says he's completed the program. He's aiming to hit his first billion. And finally, Sandra Book said she had 100,000 in credit card debt. I also had a dream to move to the country and have a design studio as a direct result of participating in winning the game of money and mastering your money mindset. I'm happy to report we are now credit card debt free. So that's a pretty good track record with your students, John. Now, tell us about what we're going to experience with this audio.
Well, the first level of the audio, there's 9 different levels, and each level gives your brain a little bit of a workout as we're using, stronger and stronger methodologies and technologies to go from easy to a little bit more difficult in the 9th level. And what you're going to learn in the first track is really what I call the beliefs and habits generator. And the beliefs and habits generator is a concept that I came up with many, many years ago based on what my first mentor taught me around being able to choose my own beliefs that will serve me and being able to choose the habits that I needed to have in order to achieve my goals. And most people never really think about what their beliefs are because there's 2 types of beliefs. There's beliefs that we talk to our friends about, like, I believe I can make twice as much money. I believe I deserve success. But there's another belief in our hidden memory banks that goes, but am I really good enough? I'm not smart enough. I'm not worthy enough. And so when we have these conflicting beliefs, we have neural chaos. And so in the beliefs habits generator, I use a variety of different technology, very, very light and easy to listen to, with several different evidence-based methodologies to teach people how to go into their own brain and release the beliefs and habits that don't serve them while we help them embed positive, confidence-filling, certainty-filling beliefs about themselves and what's possible for them to achieve. And that really starts to shift their paradigm and their belief. And through repetition of doing this for 7 straight days, what you start to notice is that you start to think differently. You start to feel more confident. Why? Because the change is happening from the inside out versus you just declaring that you have this belief. We're actually helping you instill this beliefs and habit generator so you can put in the ones that are productive and the ones that will empower you, and you can get rid of the ones that are unproductive or disempowering, and that's what they're going to get a chance to listen to.
Love what you just said, John. Because it occurs to all of us that there is a insanity about our world right now. The average American will spend $3,500 a year on medicine, on pills, just to heal their physical body. Yet so much of what we are facing as hardship or struggle in our life have nothing to do with our physical body, but have to do with our internal, conscious, subconscious minds. And what you've developed is really the pill for that. Now, you missed out on one really important thing. You forgot to mention, and I'd love for you to share this with the audience because it's beautiful. You forgot to mention that 6-month study you did where you had people retrain their brain using your 9-level system. Tell us about that and tell us about the results.
Sure. Last year, we wanted to actually do our own brain scan imaging study. And so we went to the University of California in San Diego and the Brain Observatory, and we got them to agree to doing a study where they picked several individuals that would go and use our brain retraining technology for our Winning the Game of Money program. And they would do brain scans before, during, and after people used our brain retraining program. And we would only get the results after the study was finished. We were not allowed to talk to the individuals. And what I can share with you is there's a woman by the name of Heather Samarin, and Heather increased her income over a 6-month period of time by 247%. And all she did was listen to our brain retraining program while she accessed our $1 Million Success Library that I'll talk a little bit about later. Jim Bunch, who's one of the top coaches around, increased his income by 300%, and he was already earning 6 figures a year. And then another gentleman, David Steele, was actually struggling a little bit, going from job to job, not sure where he wanted to land. Well, he finally found his sweet spot job, and he increased his income by 50%. And so we saw brain scan images of their brains before and the brains afterwards. And the gentleman who did the test, was part of the test, his name is Dr. Jacobo Annese, one of the top neuroanatomists in the world. And he said to us, says, I don't know what in the world your technology is, but holy mackerel, are we ever seeing changes in the brain while people were listening to the brain retraining portions of our program. And so we didn't just have something, that we made up, but we went into a university with one of the top neuroanatomists in the whole world. And we've got a great brain scan study. And we've also done some other research with Dr. Jeffrey Fannin, who's one of the top EEG experts in the world, that has shown, that when people use our technology, we are activating, parts of their brain that for many, many people have either been dormant or really not used as effectively as it could be used in the past. And we're really helping create a coherent brain. And a coherent brain is like having a coherent orchestra. And when an orchestra is playing in harmony, it's beautiful. But if they're out of sync, it's absolutely horrible. So we've got some, I think, like I said, thousands and thousands of people that are using our brain retraining programs and other methodologies that we use as well that we believe are important, critical factors to helping people achieve the success that they want to achieve.
Beautiful. And so what we're about to hear right now is that technology.
Absolutely. So there are 3 parts to the program, the Winning the Game of Money program, that are really critical for people to understand in order to help them achieve their success, financial success and life success. Number 1 is to use the 9-level system that we have that cost me over $50,000 to create initially, to do the research and to create the technology and the program itself so that people can actually benefit from it. So the way it works is you use level 1 for 1 week, level 2 for 1 week, level 3 for 1 week, level 4 for 1 week, and so forth, all the way for 12 whole weeks. In levels number 10, 11, and 12, we use an ultra high fast gamma brainwave frequencies to really take everything they've learned and absorbed and downloaded in the first 9 levels, and we accelerate that at very, very fast speeds. And the reason we wait till week 10, 11, and 12 is we really are exercising your brain so that it can accept all this information in the final 3 weeks. So that is the brain retraining side of the program. 9 levels, 12 weeks, 30 minutes a day to energize your brain to higher levels of confidence, higher levels of certainty, more tenacity, more resolve, more performance-based thinking, clarity, focus. Those are the things that we work on for the first 12 weeks. While that's happening, we also...
John, sorry, just to understand, as you're going through this, so it's 9 levels, but it's 12 weeks.
Correct.
So what happens after week 9? Are you stuck on level 9 for the last 3 weeks?
No, so sorry. So in week number 10, you get to choose any of the levels that have really resonated with you in the past. And so we recommend for people to keep notes in the journal that they're able to download as well. And then they go back and repeat the levels that they want to really reinforce. So there may be a level on confidence that you want to reinforce. There may be a level on tenacity that you want to reinforce. There may be a level on your belief systems that you want to reinforce. There may be a level on empowering habits that you want to reinforce. And so the last three levels are at your choice, and that's where we get the 12 weeks.
Got it.
All right?
And when does the gamma frequency kick in?
We start the gamma frequencies in week 3 because gamma is the most powerful frequency in the known universe. And if we introduce gamma too quickly into people's brains, some people get agitated. So we started in week 3 and we gently increase into week 4 and 5 and 6. And then in week 7, 8, and 9, it is so powerful, and there's so many different things going on that we have brought people up to that level. Just like if I was to ask people, can you run a marathon right now? Most people would say, no, I can't. But what if I said, let's make a commitment to run a marathon, let's say 6 months from now, and I'm going to coach you every day, every week, every month on what to eat, what exercise to do, when to take rest, what different types of things you need to do to get in better shape. Just about everybody could work their way up and build towards a marathon. Well, what we're doing with the brain retraining is building their brain up to be able to accept that level of brainwave frequency as well as that level of information that is occurring at that time that's being downloaded into their brains.
I see.
Is that clear?
That's clear. That's absolutely clear. Just to explain to the audience, the gamma brainwave frequency was discovered in 1993 or 1994. I think it was at Harvard University when they were testing Buddhist monks. So most older personal growth programs talk about alpha, beta, theta, delta, right? So beta is the waking frequency, alpha is light meditation, theta is deep meditation, delta is sleep. Gamma is actually beyond beta. It's around 22 to 25 beyond cycles per second. It wasn't discovered until 93 or 94. That's why older programs like the Silver Method don't even talk about it. So you're the first personal growth program I've come across that actually uses gamma frequency in brain retraining. And I think that's really exciting. So let's get started with the meditation.
Sure. So what I'd like people to recognize is whenever there's a new concept and a new idea presented to you, sometimes it's really easy to reject it, and sometimes it's easy to accept it. And what I'd like to suggest is suspend your judgment and listen to it all the way through and ask yourself this question. If it was this easy to insert the beliefs and habits that I want into my brain that would cause me to think and feel and act in ways that were more conducive to me achieving my goals, would I want to make it this easy? Because here's what I can share with you. When you listen to this, it really is that easy, because it goes back to what I suggested earlier, is you're deliberately and consciously choosing to impregnate your brain with the most powerful beliefs and habits to help you become more successful. So have an open mind and just pay attention, close your eyes, make sure you have headphones on so you can take advantage of the technology and the subliminal programming that's happening beneath your level of conscious awareness, and you will notice how powerful this can be just in level 1 to begin with.
Okay, so make sure you aren't driving or operating any heavy machinery. Find a relaxed position. Please use headphones. How this works is there's a different frequency going in each ear, so you need headphones to experience the full effect. And we will now get started.
The affirmations, stories, and meditations you are about to listen to have all been created using the most advanced positive psychology, brain research, and cutting-edge technology that will allow you to easily and comfortably make all the necessary changes required to achieve your goals and ultimate lifestyle. Remember, continuous repetition, while allowing your feelings to fully associate with each affirmation, story, or meditation in this audio, is the secret to deeply absorbing the new beliefs, habits, and mental programs that will transform your life right now. Welcome to the Universal Quantum Laboratory and the Beliefs and Habits Generator. This is John Assaraf, and what I would like you to do for yourself right now is to get into a quiet, relaxed state of mind and just release all tension, any worries, any doubts or concerns that you may have, and take this time just for you. This is your time, so take it, enjoy it, and relax into it right now. We will begin with a few deep breaths as you count backwards with me from 3 to 1. Ready? Take a deep breath in, 3, and release it at your own slow pace. Take another deep breath in, 2, and release slowly as you feel more and more relaxed and more peaceful. And finally, inhale deeply, 1, and release gently and slowly right now. Remember, you can do this any time throughout the day to get centered, relaxed, and focused. As you continue to win the inner game of money and wealth, I'm going to invite you to come with me to the Universal Quantum Laboratory, where we will build all the mental upgrades required for you to take your financial success to the next level right now. What is the Universal Quantum Laboratory? The Universal Quantum Laboratory is a place where you can, with your mind, go anytime you like to access all the knowledge, intelligence, and blueprints for your financial success. In this quantum laboratory, you can also build mental upgrades for your brain. Once they are built to your specifications, you can effortlessly install the upgrades so that you can enjoy more happiness, financial success, and peace of mind in everything that you desire and do. All that is required for you to build these upgrades is that you intently focus on what you want them to do for you. As you begin to provide these details inside and outside of the laboratory, the Universal Quantum Laboratory will begin assembling your mental upgrade until it meets your precise specifications and needs. Once these mental upgrades are done, you can install them or uninstall them just as easily as installing or uninstalling any software program for your computer. In this audio and in the audios that follow, you will step into the Universal Quantum Laboratory to build new upgrades for your brain that will help you in very specific ways. It is important to remember that the Universal Quantum Laboratory will only let you build upgrades for your brain that help and support your financial success. This is your personal laboratory, and it will only build upgrades benefit you and the people around you. Imagine stepping into this quantum laboratory now. It's easy to do. All you have to do is close your eyes, take a deep breath, and ask that you be taken there right now. This laboratory may seem familiar to you because this is not the first time you have been here. You have been here, usually in your dreams or as a result of experiencing a profound and peaceful state of relaxation. Notice now how you automatically feel more relaxed and more comfortable when you are in the Universal Quantum Laboratory. That's right. Notice the feelings of peace and relaxation in every part of your body and being now that you are in the laboratory. Start first by imagining that you have the ability to create a beliefs and habits generator in your quantum laboratory. This beliefs and habits generator allows only you to enhance, add, or delete any mental program that you currently have. Use your imagination right now to visualize this beliefs and habits generator. This new generator now gives you the ability to insert or delete any mental program that you choose once it is in place. Imagine that taking any belief or habit program in and out of this generator is as easy as taking a file in or out of a filing cabinet. Imagine creating your new beliefs and habits generator in the color and shape of your choice. As you begin to see it on the screen of your mind, or as you feel the essence of it within your brain, notice how it contains every belief and habit you have ever had right within it. This new belief and habit generator belongs to you and only you. By installing this belief and habit generator, you have now gained the ability to delete and add specific mental programs and ideas that you choose that will serve your financial success. Focus now on how easy it is to pull out or insert any belief or habit you want right now. It's as easy as opening and closing a drawer and pulling out or inserting a new folder with more accurate, powerful information in it. Imagine and ask yourself this question: how will my ability to upgrade my beliefs and habits enhance the inner game of money and wealth? Once you have the answer, imagine your beliefs and habits generator again. Once you have the image on the screen of your mind, shrink it down, and I want you to install it anywhere you'd like in your brain. Anywhere at all is just perfect. All that is required now for a safe, quick, and easy installation is that you say these words: install beliefs and habits generator now. Now that your beliefs and habits generator is installed and working perfectly, it's time to test it. Imagine a belief you now have that might have caused you to limit your success in the past. Imagine how you can now take that belief and simply remove it right now. In its place, install a new empowering belief. The intelligence that gives you life knows exactly what you need and want. Trust it right now. All you have to do is think and say, install new powerful belief right now. It's really just that easy. Feel the confidence and certainty that comes with the control and power you now have within you to upgrade any belief or habit you choose. Notice how this has you feeling smarter, more centered, and happier right now. If you ever choose to remove this generator, all you have to do is say, uninstall Beliefs and Habits Generator, and it happens safely and instantly. Remember, you are always in control. Each time that you return to your laboratory, you can upgrade any of the beliefs or habits that you choose. Notice how it makes you feel so much better and more confident to be in control of your beliefs, habits, and financial success right now. The next time you listen to this audio or any of the other audios in this series, you will have new information that will allow you to make your beliefs and habits generator even stronger and more powerful. As you begin to relax deeply, you can choose to listen to my voice, or you can let your mind wander. It really is not important because everything you are hearing is not meant for your conscious mind to understand. My voice, the words you hear, and the sounds behind my voice are all for your subconscious mind to learn and grow effortlessly as you continue to relax deeply in total comfort now. Each and every day, you are going to find that you are getting clearer and clearer about the financial wealth that you are achieving for yourself. And this is so because achieving wealth, arriving at your destination, happens quickly and easily when you know where you are going. You are going to find that day by day, you begin to formulate your own unique blueprint, your own unique map for living and acquiring all the money and wealth you choose. Your goals for achieving new wealth grow, are becoming stronger and more compelling with each and every day. And your dedication and resolve to make that a reality is going to grow stronger and stronger each and every day. You find it easier and easier each and every day to focus your attention on your financial goals and to work towards their fulfillment. Deeper and deeper, deeper and even deeper now. You are feeling deeply, deeply relaxed. You are feeling comfortable and secure, comfortable and relaxed. You are breathing comfortably and deeply, feeling completely relaxed, comfortable, and secure. You can continue to listen to my voice, or you can simply drift down deeper and deeper into a state of blissful peace. You find it so easy to relax as you hear my voice, and unconsciously you follow my suggestions. Because as you hear each and every word that I say, it does not mean you have to pay attention, echoing deep, deeper still in your subconscious. The suggestions that I make grow stronger and stronger in your mind because they are here to assist you in achieving all the wealth and financial prosperity you desire. My suggestions grow stronger and stronger, more and more powerful with each and every passing day. Deeper and deeper, deeper and deeper. You are feeling deeply, deeply relaxed. You are feeling comfortable and secure, comfortable and relaxed. You are breathing comfortably and deeply, feeling completely relaxed, comfortable and secure. As you become more and more certain of the wealth that you are going to experience, powerful impulses will move you toward a fuller and more complete commitment to making your financial goals a reality. You will find that throughout the day, your thoughts will often turn to your financial goals. As you imagine how good you feel as you enjoy your wealth, as it is attracted to you, and as it grows day by day. Where obstacles or fear would have once stopped you or slowed you down, you will now find that you have more confidence and more certainty to break through each and every one of your fears and each and every one of the obstacles that come in your way. This will happen easily and more gently each and every day. Your confidence and your certainty to grow and acquire the wealth that you desire becomes easier and easier each and every day. You are going to find more and more with each and every day that your emotions in dealing with any barriers or obstacles become more and more positive each and every day. You find it easier and easier to concentrate on what is important for you to earn and acquire the financial wealth that you desire. You find it ever increasingly easier to let go of anything that may have held you up in the past, allowing you to move away from anything that wasn't serving your financial goals, allowing you to move forward with confidence and certainty to amassing new levels of wealth. Deeper and deeper, deeper and deeper. You are feeling deeply, deeply relaxed. You are feeling so comfortable and secure, comfortable and relaxed. You are breathing comfortably and deeply, feeling completely relaxed, completely comfortable and secure, that you are learning something new, even as you drift off or lose track of my voice. Your subconscious now hears each and every word that I say, echoing deep, deep in your mind. Each and every day, the suggestions that I make grow stronger and stronger in your mind. My suggestions grow stronger and stronger, more and more powerful with each and every passing day. And this gives you joy, deeper and deeper, deeper and deeper. You are feeling deeply, deeply relaxed. You are feeling comfortable and secure, comfortable and relaxed. You are now breathing comfortably and deeply, feeling completely relaxed, comfortable, and secure with your new abilities to earn and attract as much financial wealth as you choose. Each and every day, you are going to become aware of being more and more committed to achieving new and satisfying levels of wealth in your life. You are going to find more so with every day that if you were to become temporarily distracted from your financial goals, you are now able to get back on track smoothly and efficiently. Even if a diversion may seem appealing, you are going to find that you develop a stronger and stronger internal voice, an internal voice that will gently guide you back to your own goals. You are now going to find it's easier and easier to let go of any diversions or activities that you know and realize are unproductive. You will always be able to quickly and accurately determine when an activity is going to be financially productive or when it's going to be unproductive. Whenever these situations arise, you will now find that you can easily redouble your efforts for productive activities and very easily pull back from your involvement in any unproductive activities. As your strength and resolve to meet your goals increases, day by day, you are going to become very aware of opportunities that you have never noticed before. You are going to find more and more strongly with each and every day that things just seem to fall in place for you as more opportunities to meet your goals open up for you. Now, allow yourself to fill with joy, peace, and confidence because you take great pleasure in watching your wealth and abundance grow with each and every day that passes. Now, continue to enjoy the next moments, wondering where your new opportunity will come from next. Feel the confidence and certainty that comes with knowing that you are now on your way to financial abundance and freedom. I have all the power within me to earn as much money as I choose. I am consistently in the right vibration to earn money. Money flows to me from known and unknown sources. Money is easy to earn and attract. I now have all the intelligence I need to make my fortune. Earning money comes easily to me. I deserve all the money I want. I consistently use money wisely. I now have absolute certainty in my ability to generate the income I choose. Once I choose my financial goals, I achieve them. Money is everywhere, and I find it with ease. I now release any negative thoughts, feelings, or associations with money. I now give myself permission to earn as much money as I choose. I now live, feel, and expect an abundance of money. It is easy for me to learn how to earn lots of money. It feels so good earning the amount of money I choose. I now have all the confidence and certainty I need to earn as much money as I want. I now have a millionaire mindset. I am so grateful for who I am becoming, so I can earn whatever amount of money I choose. I now release any negative experiences that I've had in the past with money. Making lots of money is so much fun. I love the choices that making lots of money gives me. With more money, I can help more people and do more good in the world. The more I give, the more I earn. My personality easily attracts money from many positive sources. I consistently take advantage of the right opportunities to earn lots of money. I now release any emotions and negative people that may have hindered me from earning all the money I can in the past.
So now the meditation has ended. John, thank you for sharing that. That was it was beautiful. It was unusual to me because even in all my years of personal growth, I've never experienced anything like that. From what I understand, what you're doing is you're using these technologies to bring us in alignment in terms of our logical brain, our emotional brain, our reptilian brain, and what happens is you have neural coherence.
Absolutely. The key is to get your entire brain to work together in harmony. And when your spiritual and emotional and mental parts of your brain are working in harmony, then it's really easy to let go of procrastination, let go of your doubts, let go of the things that have held you back in your past. And it makes it easier for you to actually take action and develop the new patterns of confidence and certainty to be able to know, to viscerally know that you really can achieve more than you're achieving right now. And that is really the fun part, because it's easier today than ever before to take control of what you're thinking, what you're feeling, and what you're doing. Whereas before it was a lot harder. We were fighting against ourselves with an enemy that we couldn't even see. And now, because we're able to look at brain scan imaging while somebody has an experience or a thought or a feeling, we now are able to show them how to turn on the motivational centers, turn on the spiritual centers, shut down the fear centers, or at least silence them from the things that aren't harmful to you while they keep you safe and out of harm's way. And that is really the era. I call it the neurological era. We've been out into outer space. We've been deep into the oceans, and now we're going deep into the reservoirs of our own minds and expanding our awareness and understanding that we can evolve ourselves, and we can let go of the beliefs that our parents gave us that may not serve us, or we can let go of the habits that keep us stuck in our daily routine of the exact same thing week in, week out, month in, month out, even though we want to change. And that is really what I'm offering people, is an opportunity to retrain your own brain using easy to use technology that you just download, put onto your phone or put onto your computer, put on a headphone, close your eyes, and let me do the work with you.
Thank you, John. That was beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing level 1 with us and for sharing all your wisdom, everything from SEMP to gamma technologies. This was a very different style of training that we're used to, simply because, firstly, I really appreciate all the science you bring in. And secondly, that was some powerful meditation stuff that you just shared with us. Now, tell us about your full training. Tell us about how, for those of you who are interested, how we can go through all of these 9 levels and really create that transformation in our brains.
Sure, and if you like level number 1, level 1 is really the kindergarten level. What I say to everybody is you've got to start off with the easy stuff and work towards the more advanced, powerful levels. And so the way that the program works is 3 components to it, Vishen, and everybody who's watching. Number 1 is, once you agree to own this program today and you decide that you really want to take control of your life and you want to do it easily and effortlessly and more expeditiously, then you'll be able to download the audio program. But we're also going to give you something that I call is the $1 Million Success Training Library. And let me share with you something that I discovered many years ago. I met a lot of people who had amazingly positive habits. They believed that they deserved success. They believed that they could achieve success, but they didn't know what to do. They were missing the knowledge and the skills part of achieving success. And so as I had thousands and thousands of people retraining their brain, many of the people said to me, well, now that I believe that I can achieve it, now that I believe I deserve it, what should I do? And so I started to create a library of the most amazing content to be able to teach people how to earn more money, how to manage their money, how to invest their money, how to protect their money, how to have more health in their lives, in their physical bodies, or spiritual health, or what's the difference between goal setting and goal achieving. And I developed this, what I call my $1 Million Success Library, of over 75 hours of phenomenal training that I have done, but also world-renowned experts that I have brought into our company to help us create an incredible library so people can upgrade their knowledge and skills. And then we did one other thing that we knew was really important in people's ability, not just to get motivated and stay motivated and know what to do, but we created a community where people ask myself and Mark Waldman, one of our advisors who's in the community every day with me, questions, whether it's on fears or doubts or making more money or growing their business or finding, a different way to leave one job and move to another. So we have an entire community that's a supportive environment. And people may not realize this, but we have two different types of environments that we live in. One is internal, but the other is external. And when we put the right food and mental stuff into our brains, and we surround ourselves with people who are also on the same journey, who want to release the stuff that isn't working, that want to insert the new stuff that is, and they're looking to advance their lives, then guess what you have? You have an inside-out solution and an outside-in solution that really puts you in the environment to win at every step of the way.
And I love the fact that you've done that. I love the fact that there's a community where all your students are coming together and learning from each other. And you've brought in amazing minds like Mark Waldham, whom I've personally consulted to make sure all the stuff I teach is scientifically validated. Love the fact that he is there interacting with your students.
Every day.
For those of you who are ready to join the community and sign up for this program called it's by John's company. It's called NeuroGym, and the program is called Winning the Inner Game of Money. If you're ready, just look below the video and you will see a picture of everything that you're going to get, and you can enroll now. Now, John is going to tell you a little bit more about the program. You can read along on the same page below, and you can go ahead and sign up. Because this is a Mind Valley Masterclass, you know that for the next anywhere from 2 to 3 days, if you enroll, you will get a substantial discount in the program. So, John, I'd love for you to continue telling us about the program, the 7 bonuses that you're including, and for those of you who are looking below, please note that this program is so massive, and because there's a community involved, you're interacting directly with John and Dr. Mark Waldham, we could not host this on our usual Mind Valley platform. John has built an amazing platform of his own, so when you sign up, what will happen is it will take us about 24 hours, but we're going to get you set up with all of this, and in 24 hours you get an email with access to the technology, to all the tracks and the bonuses and the audios you can listen to, and access to the membership site where you can interact with all the other students. And, you know, if you look at the picture, it looks really overwhelming because you'll see there's so much to it. It's just massive. But what John has created, where we really think was a brilliant idea, is a trainer. So you have a guided way to go through it. So, John, tell us more about this program for everyone listening who would like to sign up right away.
Sure. Well, the first thing that I wanted to do was give everybody access to everything they need. And one of the things I found in the personal development arena, Vishen, was there was a little piece over here and a little piece over there and a little piece over here. And I said, well, what if I could take everything I have learned, where I've invested over $500,000 of my own money in my own personal growth in the last 30 years, and what if I could take the best of what I have learned, but also bring the best of the people that I know, the people that I know are on the cutting edge of performance, the cutting edge of understanding emotions and the brain and behavior and success. And what if I could put it into one location with an easy to follow step-by-step guide? So, for example, one of the things that I created was something called Having It All. And Having It All is based on my New York Times best-selling book and $3,000 per person live event that I used to do that showed people how to choose their life vision and their purpose and their mission, and how to develop the strategies to be able to achieve all of their goals. So if somebody is uncertain of what they want to trade their life for, they can start with the Having It All program. For individuals who are so stressed out and don't have a lot of time on their hands, I have a program called How to Get More Done in Less Time. And that is unprecedented time management techniques and tools to orchestrate your day so that you become 3 to 5 times more productive. And I guarantee it, if you do what I suggest in the How to Get More Done in Less Time, you will become 3 to 5 times more productive in the next 30 days. And here's the major concept on that one. There is no such thing as time management. You cannot manage time. All you can do is manage what you do in a block of time. And when you learn how to do your highest income or highest impact producing activities every day as a habit, you become 3 to 5 times more productive in less than 30 days, guaranteed. So each one of these types of programs where I get on video with worksheets that we use is available to the individuals as a downloadable self-study guide, but we also offer them the ability to ask us questions every single day in the community. And not only do I answer, because I'm in there 5 times a day, and Mark Waldman's in there, and 5 of my team members are in there all day, every day answering questions, but we have over about 6,500 students in there right now this year that are helping each other with contacts, resources, tools, ideas, and everything they need to help each other overcome any obstacle that may be holding them back. We have some people that are married, some that are divorced, some that are millionaires, some that are just getting their financial life back together again. Everybody is in a cooperation spirit of helping one another. And that really is one thing that normally, Vishen, I think you know this, my fees are $3,500 an hour, but I'm in the community every day giving advice and answering people's questions personally. And so it makes it a really phenomenal ecosystem of having access to the information you need. But more importantly than information is the support you need to implement it. And even more important than that is the support and help you need to get back on track when you fall off your path and your track, which every one of us does. And so we have a very, very active way of doing that and keeping people on track so that they complete what they start, which is really our goal and our mission, is to have people not just be quick, fast starters, but we want people to be finishers, because that's who succeeds the most in life.
And John, I think this program is an amazing value for money, because if you put everything together, this is typically the kind of thing that would cost about 16 grand. Yep. And 997 is a phenomenal value for what you're giving people, because what you're giving people is a whole new mindset of the rich and wealthy. And looking at the case studies and the fact that it's scientifically validated, almost everyone who took part in that 90-day study saw their income increase by 50% to 300%. All of that is great, but a big thing that people have is the issue of time. How much time would this take? So, for example, the people who did that study, you mentioned a couple of names, Jim Bunch, that study at that San Diego University or Research Institute. How much time were they putting in every single day?
I know that they each invested about 1 hour a day, okay. 30 minutes for their brain retraining, and another 30 minutes to go through one of the lessons or courses. And something that I learned many, many years ago, Vishen, that I know you and I have talked about in the past, is if you commit, everybody who's watching right now, if you commit to yourself just 1 hour a day towards retraining your brain, upgrading your knowledge and your skills, and receiving the support you need to reshape and re-script your own internal image of who you are, at the end of 1 year, you'll have invested 9 40-hour weeks on achieving more success. Now, if you started today for the next 9 weeks, okay, working 40 hours a week, you could learn almost anything. You could learn a new language. You could learn to knit. You could learn to play chess. You could learn so many different things. So if you're committed to 30 minutes to 1 hour a day, then you can reshape your life. And I've often said that if you do things that others won't, you will live your life the way others can't. And so if you're committed to your success, I may want to share a little story that'll help put this into perspective for people. When I was 19 years old, I was struggling in a big way. I was involved in street gangs. I was doing things I shouldn't be doing. And I met a man by the name of Alan Brown. And Alan Brown asked me, why did I think the results in my life were so bad? And I said, I don't know. And he said, well, listen, are you interested in achieving great results in your life, or are you committed? And I said to him, I said, Alan, what's the difference? And he said to me, he says, John, if you're interested, you'll use your old stories and your old excuses and your old references, and you will just do what's convenient versus being committed, which means you'll do whatever it takes. And he said to me, if you're prepared to invest 1 hour a day in reshaping and rescripting your own mind, you'll be able to live your life in the most amazing way possible. And I believed him. Why? Because he was very happily married. He was healthy. He was loved by his children. He was loved by his employees. He did philanthropic, charitable things. And he had a beautiful life, and that's what I wanted. And I said to myself, if he could teach me and be my mentor, I'm willing to do 1 hour a day if that's all it takes. And I made that decision 34 years ago, and it was the single best decision I made in my life. And that's the same opportunity I'm giving everybody here right now, is to ask yourself, are you interested or are you committed? Because if you're interested, you'll come up with all the reasons why you don't have time, you don't have the money, or it's not the right thing for you. But if you're committed, you will set aside the unimportant things in your life and make 30 minutes of room for something that'll transform your life forever, not just for a week or two, forever. Right. And so you'll be, yeah.
And again, it isn't money here that's the biggest issue for people. It's time. Yep. It's time. I mean, money isn't an issue because you're giving people 4 monthly payments. So it shouldn't be a problem at all. One thing I've realized is what you said is absolutely true. Every single day I spend an hour investing in my personal growth. And it's the most important thing that I do. So many people fall into this ridiculous trap of modern society where after they graduate from college and they get their first job, they continue on the hamster wheel, doing the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over again, until one day they are 40 years old and they're wondering, what the hell happened to my life? But people who consistently invest even 30 minutes a day into personal growth, and whether it's healthy working out or reading a new book, what happens is that they are the ones whose lives keep growing. They become the guys who achieve happiness, who achieve wealth, who achieve abundance way faster than the rest. John, if people cannot spend an hour a day, let's say they could only spend 30, this is still doable, right?
Absolutely.
If they could spend 30 minutes a day, we can do it in 6 months.
Oh, absolutely. We have people that retrain their brains for 15 minutes a day. And so if you would like to accelerate it, you do your 30. If you want to accelerate it even more, then you invest an hour. And so I would recommend that a minimum amount should be about 12 to 15 minutes. If you can invest 30 minutes, awesome. If you can invest an hour, that just is going to accelerate, your results.
And that's beautiful. Now, if you're going to focus on beliefs and habits and retraining your mind, the number one thing I would advise you to do is to focus on abundance. Why? Because if you can increase your wealth, your abundance, by a factor of 20%, 50%, maybe 100% for some of you, that will impact every area of your life. You will be healthier. You will have better relationships. You will be happier. Those people who say money and happiness don't correlate, they don't know what they're talking about. You cannot buy happiness, but with money, you can invest in things and experiences and give that, and that is what generates happiness. So abundance is that number one thing. Get your abundance fixed first, people, and everything else flows from that. The health, the relationships, the contribution, the creativity. Fix your abundance. Too many people today are in debt. Too many people today are on the hamster wheel. We spend 70% of our waking hours at work. Why do we work? 54% of Americans hate their jobs. They work because of money. Whether you hate your job or you love your job, and I hope you do, 70% of your hours are spent at work so that you can get money. With this program, you change your habits, you change your beliefs, you retrain your mind. And what you will find is, if you're running your own business, you're going to see those glass ceilings disappear and that business boom. If you have a career, you will see yourself accelerating in that career, getting promotions, raises, because you are operating in a whole different paradigm. So this honestly is one of the best investments you could possibly make in yourself. So I hope you try it out. And John, Yes.
You just reminded me of a story that I have to share with people because it's one of the most beautiful gifts I've received in the last several years. I was recently in Australia, in Perth, Australia, on the western end of Australia, and I had just gotten off the stage, and there were only about 150 people in the audience. And there was probably about 30 people around me gathered after I gave a lecture on the neuroscience of success. And there were, scientists in there, doctors and lawyers, and a bunch of oil people from Perth, Australia. And this woman started walking towards me, and I could see she was crying. And as I was answering some questions to some people, I said, "Oh my God, what happened to this woman? Why is she crying?" And she made her way through the crowd, and she reached over and hugged me as she was crying. And I go, "Hi, but what's wrong?" She goes, "Nothing's wrong. I just wanted to give you a hug and thank you." And I said, "Thank you for what?" She said, "My name is Joni Sanderson." Says, "I'm 65 years old." She said, "I've been living on a widow's pension of $12,000 a year since my husband died." She says, "I've got grown children and grandchildren. And because I've never made a lot of money, I've never been able to do anything for them." She goes, "I'm a caregiver. I go into people's homes. I take care of the elderly. I take care of handicapped people. I take care of people that need help. But because I didn't believe that I was worthy of asking for payment, even when people wanted to pay me, I said, no, thank you." And she actually was at my seminar a year before in Australia. And she bought this program, retrained her brain, increased her level of deserving, her confidence, her certainty, and her resolve to transform her financial life. And she was crying as she said to me, "John, I'll make $75,000 this year for the first time in my life. And not only that, I flew to see my daughter, and I took my daughter and my grandkids to Disneyland, and I couldn't have been more proud that I was able to do that." You know what Joni's doing today? She's teaching brain retraining techniques and tools to seniors to show them that the second half of their life could be the best half of their life when they retrain their brains and change their beliefs and change their habits and augment their self-worth and their deserving level. That's why I love doing what I'm doing, because I'm fortunate to have thousands upon thousands of stories like Joni, and that is why I love being on, the program with you. But it's so amazing what we're capable of doing when we commit to ourselves that we're ready and willing for change, and then we're guided on what steps to take, and we're supported on our journey.
John, thank you so much for sharing all of this. For those of you listening, let's give John a round of applause. That was amazing stuff. And thank you so much for sharing level one. What's special, many of you guys don't know this, but today is John's son's birthday. And he has to rush off to go join his wife and his son at a restaurant to celebrate his son's birthday. We've already gone over time, so we're going to end the call over here. But I wanted to just point that out because John has given so much, and actually, just before this call, he had to text his wife to let her know he was going to be late. So again, really appreciate how much you gave us, John. Thank you so much. It's a phenomenal program. Those of you, buy it. Go into this. It is going to transform your life. Many of my coworkers, many people here in Mind Valley, me included, are going through this right now. And I speak of it with so much respect because I've seen what it can do. So check it out. John, I know there are questions that came in from the audience. I'm going to email that to you because I don't want to keep you. And you can record that in your own time and we'll get it out to our list.
Awesome.
Thank you so much.
Bishop, the other thing I think is worthwhile mentioning to everybody is, because I believe in this so much, we have a full 30-day money-back guarantee on everything. So if anybody is trepidatious or worried or concerned for any reason, set that aside, make an investment to yourself, do the program. You've got full 30 days for you to transform your life from the inside out and really see how phenomenal it is. And you owe that to yourself.
Thank you, John. That was beautiful. So everyone, go ahead, sign up. Let's get into this program, Retraining Your Brain for the Inner Game of Money. And I cannot wait to see you on the other side, to see what's going to happen in the next 3 months to 6 months, depending on how much time you want to invest in this and how this is going to transform your life. And I hope you become this next case study. Thank you, John.
Thank you, Vishen.